Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. I certainly hope you're having a fantastic day whenever and wherever you happen to be, because I'm excited. I am excited to be back. I do want to clarify that I mentioned in the last episode about you guys naming some of the boats. Well, that is still a thing, and I do still want you to do that, and I am going to be looking at the comments on the previous episode, but I haven't actually released the previous episode yet. Based on what I'm seeing for my schedule, that episode went out on the 7th of January, 2020. At the time I'm recording this episode, it's still 2019. So I'm being very productive, and I'm actually quite proud of myself getting nicely ahead like this, but it does mean that feedback and looking at the feedback is going to be slightly delayed. Anyway, looking at this boat, it has 26 units of food on board, which is going to give us a grand total of $267,000. Not bad. We are also actually making money, which is also not bad. We are actually doing it, which I'm so happy about. I really am. I'm so pleased about this. We have 12 units of food in here at the minute. I'm hoping that picks up a little bit. I would really like to see the production here increase kind of massively. I'd really like to see food just moving down to those boats in an even bigger way to hopefully make considerably more money. I'm also realizing just how many vehicles are going back and forth on this road. It's kind of nuts. There's just so many of them, which I'm not really complaining about, but it's a lot is what it is. Anyway, the good news is we are making money, so that does mean we can go ahead and we can expand the various lines that we have going on. And I'm so tempted. I really am so tempted by, I guess, the oil that we have over here, because what I'm realizing is I could set up a little train line if I really wanted to. I could maybe set up a train line that would pick up some oil from all of these oil wells and then bring it down to here, go to here, and then, I mean, maybe, I don't know, I guess maybe we wouldn't need I don't know if we need a train for that. I feel like we could go even further though and pick up oil from like up here as well and then bring it down and sort of circle it around and all that stuff. I'm just so tempted by it. It's so tempting to do, because I get the feeling that we could potentially have a huge line moving oil back and forth on it. It's really tempting to do that, because then we can get fuel being made down here in Greensboro Fuel Refinery. And if you remember what we did in the first map, I don't remember the name of the town anymore, but I think it was Budley Salterton, actually. We had fuel going in there like a good one. We had so much of it going in there. And I mean, looking at it, we can have a look and see, consumers wise, it's Greensboro, it's Cape Coral, and it's Indianapolis that all want fuel. So if we were to set this up in the right way, obviously Cape Coral might be slightly trickier to get fuel to, but we could bring trains from essentially Indianapolis through this oil well to pick up some oil, down through this oil well, down into this one, into that one, and then down to here, drop it all off, get it produced into oil, and then pick it up, bring it down to here. And then what we can do is have some trucks pick up some of the fuel and take it straight into Greensboro. We can also have the train pick up some fuel and take it up all the way back to Indianapolis. Obviously, I left out one of the oil wells here. I'm not really sure what the best way to do that would be. Not entirely certain at all. It might not be a bad idea to say train station in Indianapolis goes to here, or maybe out here, so we kind of have a truck push the oil out to the station or something like that. Anyway, train station goes down to a station in the middle. Maybe we have some trucks move all the crude oil to that station, and then we can have it pick up from this one on its own, and then maybe do all that kind of stuff. But I think we could maybe look into that. I think that would potentially be a bit of an idea. is what I'm thinking, because it would probably make pretty good money, to be totally honest. So let's take a look, honestly, and we could set up passengers on this as well, because we are essentially going to Greensboro. So if we wanted to, we could set up little buses that go back and forth from Greensboro out to there. So I think that's what we're going to look into. Let's have a little look and see what we can do. So buildings, we are going to want passenger terminus, cargo terminus. I'm going to go passenger just because I think it'll look better. Although I guess it doesn't really matter. But essentially what we're doing is we'd be putting a station right about there. And it's $172,000. It's quite expensive. I'd probably want a longer platform too, which is even more expensive. But this is kind of future-proofing is my thinking. Oh, we just got new trains as well and streetcars. We might want to look into those. Let's do this. Do I want 2 tracks? I don't think I need it. We're going to do this. And I want to do another one in Indianapolis is what I want to do. So let's go ahead and throw this. Let me think what the best way to do this would be. I'm thinking right about there, kind of right in the middle of everything is probably all right. So we'll do that, and then we'll bring a road out to it is what I think we'll do. So go to here, go to streets and roads. We want to go from here straight out to the train station. There we go. So that does obviously cost a bit of money to get rid of that building, but that's okay. Anyway, passenger train station. I'm thinking Indianapolis. I'm thinking it could maybe go through Pomona as well, especially if we start moving all of the oil into Pomona. That might not be a terrible idea. So kind of have it come down this way along Pomona, then down here to Greensboro. I think that's the way we're going to do it. So if we go to here and we go to passenger station, just the normal one, we can throw that right at the end of this road. And essentially that's going to, I think, do some good things for us. So there we go. We just need to link all that together at this point. So let's have ourselves a little bit of a look. I don't know if these guys have high-speed tracks on them, thinking about it. I don't even know if we have high-speed tracks. We only have standard. That's going to be fun. Okay. Well, what we're going to need to do is we are going to need to add more track to this anyway, because it's a through station. And then I want to go to platforms. I'm going to do another passenger platform is what I'm going to do, because I can. And then what I'm thinking is I'm going to double it up and I'm going to do cargo. So I'm going to do cargo like this the whole way down. So the passengers will kind of have cargo between them and the other tracks. And then the other tracks, we're going to go like this and essentially just double up the whole way along here as well. We are going to need to upgrade all of this to high-speed rail at some point for sure. But that's kind of my idea. Now let's have a look over this way as well, because this guy is going to need an upgrade too. So configure. And let's see what we can do. We probably are going to need a cargo building, which interestingly would have to go over there. Is that right? Medium main building. That's not quite what I had in mind for that. What about passenger buildings? What do they have to go? Why do they have to go on the side? I thought they'd go at the front. That is actually kind of weird. What is this? Side entrance. And then platform roof, platforms themselves. Let's see. I guess let's do cargo done this way. We can kind of make this a bit of a weird looking station. These are passenger platforms. That's not quite what I wanted. Take all that out. So cargo platforms, I guess, is what we're going to do. So cargo platforms the whole way down here. And I know we don't necessarily need to double it up at this kind of station, but I'm going to anyway, just to give it a little bit more space, make it look a little bit more interesting. And then over here as well, we can kind of do the same thing, just double it up with the cargo tracks. A lot of money to do this. I really don't think we're going to get this up and running right away, but I want to get the infrastructure for it. So that's kind of the goal. We are also going to need another passenger platform over on this side. So let's just go all the way down here and let's go miscellaneous platform roof, and we'll put some roofs on the passenger platforms over here as well. I do kind of hope that passengers will actually want to use these. I really do. I think that'd be fantastic. And this is something that I think we left way too long in that first map as well, was getting all of the getting all the different things in here. So I'm kind of excited to do this, to be totally honest. So platforms, cargo. Let's do the same thing all the way up here. And then we need to go to tracks, and we're just going to double all of this up as well. Little expensive to do this, I think it's fair to say. 1.8 million thus far. But I'm hopeful that everything we have going on is going to continue to make money. That way we can actually afford to do this. Anyway, passenger platform there. That is a cargo platform, so that's fine. I realize I don't think the other cargo track can be used until I put a platform over there, but I'm not really too stressed about that because we're only going to be moving... We're only picking up one thing per station. We're not picking up multiple right now, so that's okay. Anyway, so the idea here, just to kind of reiterate what I was talking about, would be to bring... So we would have passengers going from Indianapolis to Pomona all the way down to Greensboro. And obviously the Greensboro one is going to be more of a bus out to the train, but that's okay. So we would have that. But we'd also have, from Indianapolis, we'd pick up some oil, which would be taken over to here by a truck. We pick up some oil, and then we have trucks bringing oil from these 3 wells, maybe these 4 wells actually, into this cargo station where we pick up some more. We bring it down, and I think what we're going to have to do is actually set this up to be trucks that pick up the oil from here, take it out to get processed, and then bring it back. So we can have some trucks that kind of have, you know, a full cargo the entire way, which is good. So essentially what we do is bring a road out here. Oh, there we go. That's what I want to see. We got more horses. Good. So essentially bring this out here and through here, and then like that is what I'm thinking. Let's have a look at these vehicles. Let's pause the game and have a look at these vehicles because we do need them. So let's see here. Vehicle manager. Let's pin it up on the screen and let's see. Oldest vehicle, 17 years old. It's the bricks line. Alrighty. Let's manage those vehicles, select all of them, and if I wanted to replace them with cargo, we are looking at... So what are they moving? They're moving bricks. So there's not really any difference. I mean, this can carry everything. These guys are, I guess, more expensive or anything like that. No, they're the same price. Okay, so I guess we just take the covered one? Because they are only moving... 898,000. Oh, wow. Are they faster? They are a little bit and they can carry a little bit more. Sure. Why not? It didn't actually cost us all that because we did replace some of them. Wichita Loop is going to need replaced as well. We'll do that shortly. I'm just kind of glad we were able to go in and get, you know, a bunch of these guys replaced with some new horses and all that stuff. So yeah, that'll be nice to have. We'll go back and have a look at that shortly. I'm not really in any major rush because like I said, I kind of want to get I kind of want to look at these trains. So, like I said, what we're going to be doing is bringing, I think, all of this oil into Pomona. So, the best way to do that, as far as I'm concerned, is going to be with some new roads. So, we're probably going to want to go, I guess, through the forest is what we can do. I'm not a huge fan of cutting through the trees like this, but I think in this case, it'll look okay because we're kind of exclusively cutting through the trees. Then we can pop out of the forest here. And this is essentially just going to link down to Pomona is what it's going to do. I'm actually going to bring it around through here and then down this way and then down a little bit further and then loop it like that. So it connects into Pomona at that spot, which is going to be a lot faster to, it's going to be a lot faster than having to go the whole way around. So that'll be fantastic. We are going to need to have a lot of truck stations for this and probably a lot of trucks for this. But that's kind of okay. It's not really the end of the world. In terms of the truck stop, I think we're gonna go ahead and do 2 things. I think the truck unload stop can be honestly right there. That's totally fine. And then the truck station, I'd really I really wish I wasn't so picky about the way the trucks have to be done. I really do. I wish I could just throw it like that. But it annoys me so much. It really, actually, you know what? In this case, that doesn't annoy me because thinking about it, it means that the trucks can kind of get in there easily. They kind of just, I might be breaking my rules here. If I do it at this kind of angle though, I think that actually makes a little more sense, potentially. But then again, if I do it over here, I can put it nicely beside the thing and have it sort of follow the curve or the slope that has going on. I'm gonna do it the other way. I'm gonna do it this way because I'm desperately trying to break my own rules. That should be fine. So yeah, the vehicles can come in, they can kind of nicely take that curve, turn around, then go out that way. That should be fine. So that's gonna be one. This over here is going to be a second one. So it's going to go right about there. Then we need one out here as well, which is on its own little road, which is lovely. So you're going to go right about there. And then this one is quite far away. And we really probably could have used a train or two to do this, but I'm not going to stress too much about it. It's not really the end of the world. Let's see. So you're going to go, I think right about there should be totally fine. A little bit more expensive for that one, but that's okay. So that'll all be okay. In terms of oil from here, I'm very tempted because we do have a plastic production chain here. The nearest place that needs plastics though, looks to be this goods factory over here. So I'm not really sure we need to be making plastics right now. So I guess that's okay. I guess what we can do is just go in and get this all prepped and all sort of ready. So we'll do this sort of thing, give it a bit of an angle as well. So something a bit like, that's not really expandable if I do that though. Let's do it just sort of parallel, actually. It's my usual way. So right about there, that's kind of expandable. And then over here is going to need a couple of things as well. So we do need a truck unload stop for this. So I guess a truck unload stop there will be fine. The trucks can then loop around and go back out of town. So have I got this right? So truck from there to there, train from there to here. The trucks can all go from there to here as well. This one up to there as well. And then the train comes all the way down to here, where we are also gonna need, I guess, some trucks, because this thing will consume the this thing. Okay, hold on a minute. We are bringing crude oil down here, which needs to go into a truck station, and then the trucks will pick up the crude oil, take it up to there. Okay, I see what we need to do. Right. So I want the trucks to be out here, because I think this is going to give us a little bit more room and be a little more expandable. Actually, they can go on this side, because it's, I don't think the train station's going to come all the way over here anyway. So they can go right about there. And then we're going to need one up here as well. And we're going to need a couple of platforms for all of this. So let me just do, I guess I'm just going to do this angle. I know it's a very sharp angle, but that's fine, probably. Well, we'll just right angle it, actually, make it a little bit simpler. So we'll do this. We'll throw it, I guess, right by the entrance. So something like that. And essentially the train brings in crude oil. It goes into this station. From this station, it goes up to here, gets turned into oil, which gets picked up and brought down to here. And it goes into the truck thing, where it gets turned into fuel, which can then get loaded out to the train and out to trucks. So what way are we doing this? What does this have? This will have crude oil in it, and this will have fuel in it. So it's going to need, I guess it's going to need a couple of platforms. We'll do 3, 4, and we'll expand like this as well. And that seems all right. So let's set up these basic lines. We can't set up the train lines yet, but that's okay. So from here to there is going to be cargo, and it's going to be crude oil to fuel is what that's going to be. So crude oil to fuel. That seems like it'll make sense, right? I think. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, then we're gonna want to do is we want to get ourselves a truck unload stop over in Greensboro. So we'll go for, I'm gonna go for down here, I think, for that. And then that's gonna be a new line from here going to there, and that is essentially gonna be a cargo line going fuel to Greens. Let me get the G on that. G-R-E-E-N, Greens, B-O-R, Greensboro. There we go. Got the right thing on that. So that'll be fine. So that's the way that's going to work. We then need to say oil or crude oil to Pomona, and we need to do that 4 times. So let's start from here and go to there. And that is going to be cargo crude oil to Pomona 1. I'm gonna, can I copy and paste that? Is that a thing I can do? Control C. And then as I set up the other ones, can I just Control V the name? Is that going to be an option? Control V? Yeah, it is. So that's number 2. And then this is going to be number 3. And then this one is going to be number 4. So there we go. That's going to be a bunch of crude oil going into Pomona. And then we want to do similar up here with crude oil to Indianapolis is what we want to do. So from there to there. And we'll just go ahead. Crude oil to Indianapolis. Nailed it. All right. So that seems simple enough. That's essentially the way all those trucks are going to work. And then obviously we need the train line, which is going to be cargo from there going to there, which obviously I know it can't do right now. And then going to there. So that is crude oil. So crude, let me see, cargo train, crude oil to, I guess, crude oil to fuel is the way we can look at that. I guess that's fine. And that means fuel goes to obviously both Greensboro and back to Indianapolis, where I hope it can be consumed from that spot. Let's have a little look. Yeah, it actually might end up just getting consumed right away. So that'll be hopefully perfect. We are going to need a train depot, of course. So I think what I'm going to do, honestly, is I'll throw the train depots up here. So I can sort of, I'll throw it like here, so I can link it out to everything that we need. So right about there for the old train depot. And then everything just needs connected together. And I've seen a bunch of people saying that I should just do things in a bit of a simpler way, where we have a single train line and then like crossover points. I'd rather just do the 2 tracks, to be totally honest. It's just easier. It means the trains aren't going slower and they're kind of consistently moving with things. Obviously more expensive, but that's okay. And also 70 units of food, by the way. Not bad at all. Cannot complain there. Let's see if we can get these train lines connected together then. I'm pretty sure this is going to be crazy expensive, but that's okay. Also, I realized we didn't set up passenger lines. So that's going to be Greensboro going to Pomona. That's not where I want that to go. Going to Indianapolis. And that is going to be, I guess, passenger train is the way we can look at that. Or just like train, probably. I guess. I don't know. We'll do PT. We'll do passenger train. And that's going to be, I guess, Greensboro, Pomona, IND. We'll just, actually, would there be a better way to do this? I guess Greens, and then Pomona, and then INDI, probably. So something like that. That way we kind of know where that train's going. That seems pretty solid, though. It really does. And then let me have a look at you. So you're hopefully using all the right platforms. It looks like it. All right. Okay. So yeah, this does all need connected together. Let's see if we can figure this out then. So have a look at tracks. We don't have our high speed or anything like that, but let's just go, let's go straight out for a little bit. Straight out to about there. And then straight out to about there. This is going to be crazy expensive. I do want the trains to be on the right side. So if they come in, they're going to go straight to there, and then they need to merge out like this. So that should be fine. And then I guess over here we can go straight out to about the same spot and straight out to roughly the same spot. And then we want them to merge over from left to right in this situation. And then I kind of need them to both go into the middle a little bit. Or I guess maybe the passenger one needs to connect to the cargo one needs to connect to the passenger one. So we'll have this start curving a little bit. I do want to try and avoid that hill, so we're going to go like this. And then we're going to have this come out to about the same spot. And then this guy needs to go and connect in there, which it doesn't really want to do, apparently. That's great. Can I get you to connect to that line? Let's see. Is that the right one? It is not doing what I want it to do. There we go. So maybe I have to zoom in to do this. All right. So let's zoom in, and we want it to go to about there. And it can sort of keep its speed doing that. Can we get any better with it where it goes like there? Does that keep its speed the whole way through? More or less. 55 is very slow in that bend though, but that's honestly okay. It's coming right into a station at that point, so not a huge deal. Let me see. Is that the same spot? That roughly is. So that looks fine. So yeah, those both merge into the same section of track. Obviously, it's going to slow things down a little bit, but that's okay. We now need this to go all the way up there. So essentially, we want to try and keep this in a straight line where possible. It is going to be going up hills, and it is going to be doing all that stuff a little bit, but just where I possibly can, I want to try and keep it in a good straight line. Because that way, when we upgrade it to high speed, it's going to actually get to use some proper high speed. So something like that as a nice kind of soft bend around there. Then something like this a little bit where it can kind of curve around that way through the trees. It is going to need to curve a little sharper though. So we'll go to there. And then this is going to need to be going straight to the passenger part, I think. So straight to there. And that seems to keep its speed the whole way through. Obviously, 75 is a lot slower than the max for high-speed rail, but that's honestly okay. I'm not really too worried about it. And it seems like this is actually more affordable than I thought it was going to be. So we might actually manage to get some trains a lot sooner than I honestly thought we were gonna. And I guess part of that's probably because the boats are doing pretty good work. And also because you might notice, but I've managed to not pause the game while I'm building something here, which almost never happens. So this is arguably a world first, is what I'd have to say about that. Anyway, what I do think I want to do here is, this is going to be the expensive part, building the bridge. I want to bring this straight out and essentially straight over that road so that we can kind of keep that speed up a little bit. So straight out to there, and let's bring this out to meet it. And I guess at this point we should probably sort out the connections for the cargo section there. Because cargo trains can tend to be slower. Would it be worth doing them on their own? No, I don't think it would be worth doing them on their own bit of track. I think that would be a waste of money. Let's bring this out to about here. And let's have it come over alongside the other section of track for a second. Let's have this guy do the same thing. So out to here. And then essentially just merge across is what I want them to do. So merging about there and merging about there. And that looks all right. Again, gonna need a bunch of signals for this, but not the end of the world. This is gonna come straight out, is what it's gonna do. And then this guy is gonna come straight out as well. And I want them to both come over and run alongside the other section of track for a while, if it's going to let me do that, which it absolutely is. So have it run alongside there, and then have it run alongside here as well. And it is very tempting to have them, you know, just be separate tracks, but it's more money than it's worth, and I really don't want to do that. As cool as it would look to have, you know, at some point like 8 parallel train tracks, Because I do think that would look cool. Not really a thing I want to do. Just not something I want to do. So we'll do this. And I think that looks okay. Yeah, I like that. Then this just needs to go all the way up to Indianapolis, and that's the tricky part. That's the tricky part because obviously it's a bit of a distance and it's a bridge. So let's figure out what we're doing here. Let's have this go up this way. You've obviously probably noticed that I'm not really caring too much about the forests. That's because they can just get out of my way as far as I'm concerned. This can run straight up through there though, which does go through a bit of a gap in the forests, so that's not too bad. And there's a big hill that we have to get over, or around, or through. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit more of a challenge than I thought. But that's all right. We'll figure it out, I guess. So, two about there works. I think that'll give us a good amount of speed with the high-speed rail when it does come about. And I guess what we want to do is just bring this right along. And this will probably be the last section of track we build for a little while because money is... Never mind. We just got a bunch of it. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. The show continues. Let's get ourselves a bridge. Although I kind of want it to be raised up. And apparently that's not... Oh, that works though. Bring that back a little bit. We don't want it to be excessive. And that looks all right to me. I don't think we can't go too much higher than that, I guess. And I don't think we have boats coming up this way. I don't think we're ever going to have boats coming up here. Yeah, I would doubt it. I would doubt we have boats coming up this way. As for this, it's going to have to be a tunnel, and that's going to be expensive. That's actually going to be crazy expensive. But really, it is going to be the best way to get into Indianapolis and maintain some speed for future high-speed rail. Actually, even that right there, that curve is, I know it's more expensive, but that's actually not going to be great for high-speed rail, so we're not going to do that right away. I think what I will do is sort out the tracks over here. So these guys are going to come out, and you're going to come out, and then you're going to come out as well. Ooh, we got stagecoaches, we got a new boat, we got passenger cars, not bad. Pretty good timing on that, actually. So this is going to go out to about there, should be fine. Let's bring this section forward. And let's bring this section forward. And then basically we just want to go in and say, you're going to go to that section of track over here. To about there. And you're going to go to the same spot is what you're going to do. So about there. And that looks all right. And then we just need to connect them together. And that's, again, that is the big challenge because it's going to be so expensive to do that. But not really the end of the world. Obviously, money isn't... It's not growing on trees currently, but there is plenty to be made. I mean, having a look here at our balances, nothing is losing money. It's just that I'm spending a lot of it. So that's kind of okay. I do think the Food to Pomona line could probably use a bit of an upgrade. So let's go to manage vehicles. Let's replace you guys with the newer thing, which is the covered one. So we'll do that. And I guess we can probably afford to duplicate a couple of times. Go for 8 vehicles there. Bring that frequency down a little bit to 3 minutes. Not bad. Not bad at all. It was making 18,000 with 2 vehicles. So I think we're going to see that pick up a little bit. Looking down here, we have 40 units of food. Not bad. This boat here carrying 70 units of food. Also not bad. So money, I think, is going to be made. I think we're just in a spot where obviously a lot of it has gone on these train lines. But I think we have got a solid idea. I really do. I think I could go in and borrow some as well. I think we can borrow up to 10 million. I'm going to borrow up to 10 million, which is the most we can do. Because I want to get these train lines finished. I don't want to leave them unfinished because we're so close to being done with them. So if we wanted to do this, obviously, bit of a sharp curve there. That is going to hurt high-speed rail, but we're going to do it, basically. We're going to do it nice and simple. There are some nice straight sections there, but I think this way we can get the line done, and that's it. So that's fine. As for you, We're just going to do a nice big straight section of track there. And it's going to come straight through and essentially connect right about there. And then I'm wondering if I can do this as well. So there we go. So that connects exactly where it needs to connect to. And that's okay. So signals, 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 signals. You and you. And you can go about there. And then you can go about there. You can go about there. And that should be fine. Let's see. Signal there and there. And then I don't know if we need others really, but we're going to do them anyway. We'll do a signal there and a signal there. And that should be all right. I don't know if we need them in the stations either, but actually we do, don't we? Because they're going to be coming in on the right side. So we're going to want to go to tracks and we're going to want to say you can merge over that way and you can merge over that way as well. So then what way do we do this? I guess a signal there and there is going to be needed as well. So that should be all right. Not going to do any... I'm going to do one before the tunnel. And I'm going to do one before the tunnel over here as well. So they're not sat in the tunnel. And then we can do one before the bridge on each side as well. And then essentially we can just do a bunch of signals the whole way along. Obviously going to want to not stop on a road. That's going to be kind of important. And yeah, just have a whole heap of them. I want to make sure the trains can keep moving as much as they possibly can. Not that I don't think we're going to be able to afford a train right away. But that's okay. I'm not too stressed about that. I'm probably putting them way too close together at the minute, but whatever. We're gonna just do a bunch of them anyway. So right there, and then for here, we're gonna want to do, I think, that spot. I think we're gonna want to do there and there. And I think that'll be fine. We can do here, there and there. And then same with roads as per usual. We try and not stop on the roads. We can do some signals kind of going into the station on each side, which is probably for the best. And then essentially just kind of keep going the whole way along with all of them to let the trains, again, sort of do their thing. So signal there and there. And then I think I don't know if we need them back here, but we'll do them anyway. We'll do there, we'll do there. And yeah, we'll just sort of keep going. We're actually kind of near enough done with them. We'll do by the forest. I'm going to leave a little bit more room between them here because I was probably putting them way too close together. We're not going to have that many trains to the point where we need so many signals. So two about there, and we'll go here as well. We'll go to this spot, of course. And let's see, right about there. And right about there. I think that'll be enough. I think that'll hopefully work out. And then over here, we're going to want to go for that spot and that spot, I think, is the way to do things. So that should work. And I'm realizing if we're going to have passengers moving, what's going on here? So following problems, could not connect all stations. We need to have a look at this line, don't we? So, cargo train, manage line. So, Indianapolis. What is the problem here? So, what are you doing? Are you on the wrong platform by chance? No. So, you can't get in there, I guess, is the problem. So, if I go ahead and I say, I guess it can't get in there. If I go ahead and I say... Oh, I know what we can do, actually. I think we can just go to configure, platforms, cargo, and we can just throw a bunch of cargo platforms on this side, and I think that'll solve the issue. If we go in and we say Indianapolis terminals, terminal 2, does that solve the issue in Indianapolis? I don't know if it does. It doesn't look like it. So your terminal... 1, does that solve it at all? That actually did. So it comes in, then it goes back out. That's fine. Seems to be a problem linking these two together. So Pomona has no way of continuing to Greensboro. Now, why can you not continue to Greensboro? Is that because Greensboro is... Yeah, similar problem. Okay, so Greensboro, configure, platforms, cargo. We do this the whole way down. This should solve that Greensboro problem. So right about there. And then go in, terminals, terminal 2? No. Terminal 1. Terminal 1. I think that, yeah, that did actually fix it. So everything's now connected. Everything's now working. And in theory, we should be able to get a train that can move people and that can move fuel and do all that stuff. Obviously gonna want buses to bring people out to here. So I think we'll do the cargo one first. Although technically we're gonna need... I guess technically we need the trucks to start bringing all the stuff to the various different stations. So let's get ourselves a road depot into Indianapolis, and we'll go for that spot. And then we're gonna need one in Pomona as well, which can go right about, say, there. Let's just try and rotate it nicely. So right about there should be good for Pomona. And then Greensboro is gonna need one as well. And I think we'll just throw it, I don't know, out here somewhere. We'll probably be totally fine for it. So right about, let's see, right about there, I think will do for that one. And that will, I think, do good for us. I think it will do good. This guy has 70 units of food in there. So those boats are making money going each way, which is fantastic news. Let's go ahead and start getting some vehicles then. So let's have a look. Buy vehicles. You can move oil. You can move everything. I think we're just going to go for the covered one for the oil. And I want to buy, what's 5 of them? 163? Okay. So let's buy those. And it's going to be line number 1. And then we're going to buy another 5 of them. And that's going to be line number 2. And then we want to buy another 5 of them. That's going to be line number 3. And then another 5 of them, and that'll be line number 4 is what that'll be. So send you guys out onto line number 4. Are those now producing oil? At the minute, no. But that kind of makes sense because there isn't any production line there. But that's okay. That's those vehicles sorted. I'm going to pause. I'll run things slowly while I do this. So those are not doing their thing. That might not have been the way to do this, but that's okay. Indianapolis, let me buy 5 of these guys. And that's going to be sent to crude oil to Indianapolis. And then what do we need to do? So we need the train next, I think. Okay. Let's see if we can do this. I hope we have the money. Buy vehicles. We are going to need a locomotive. And this one can do 37. It's $1 million though. These ones are a lot cheaper. That has a lot more power though. But I think we're going to have to go for the cheaper one. Honestly, I'd love the 280 Baldwin class 5.6. It does run a bit longer. But I think we're going to need to go for the other ones. Cargo wagons, obviously going to be tank cars. Also quite expensive. I'm feeling like we're going to need to go for the cheaper. We don't have any diesel or electric or anything. Almost tempted by this one, the 6 wheels. It's even cheaper. It's got no real good power behind it though. Obviously this guy does. It's also 171,000 per year. I think we need to go for the 6 wheels. I think we're gonna have to do this. So we'll get you. We'll go to cargo. We'll do tank car. And I mean, we can add 2 cars to it before it's mediocre. You know what I mean? We don't want to add too much to this. So let's take those off until 1.6 million. Oh my God. That's a lot of money. 35 capacity is not great either. 1.2 million. Ooh. It's only 31. I mean, 31 on that. This thing can do 25 miles per hour. This thing can do... Yeah, I think we need to take you out. I think we need to add you. 2 million. We can't afford it. I mean, we can afford that. 31 miles per hour is the top speed. This might be a bad idea. Because again, there isn't any production happening here, and we do need there to be production. So we do need a train is the thing. We do need a train. So do we have a boat? We do have a boat down here. It's just dropped things off though. You are on your way. We aren't due any big deliveries anytime soon. That's a problem. That is a problem. We aren't due any big deliveries. We can't take any more loans. We do have resources on the way to Pomona in terms of food, but because we don't have these trains, we might actually need to go in and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna change things up a little bit. Let me pause. We're gonna pause. We're gonna go to line management, and we're gonna say all these Pomona. I got the wrong ones for that one as well. These Pomona ones. I want to get rid of the vehicles. Is what I want to do. So let me see. Pomona 1, manage vehicles. Go ahead and just sell them. We're not going to get a lot back for them, but we'll get something. Crude oil to Pomona number 2. We're going to just sell them. Then crude oil to Pomona number 4. We are going to sell the vehicles as well. And then crude oil to Pomona number 3, manage vehicles and sell them back. Now, the reason we're doing that is because we do have crude oil to Indianapolis. So technically this production chain does exist, right? So let me see here. Manage line, the cargo train one, and it needs to be set up in a very specific way. So manage vehicles. Is it manage line I'm looking for? It might be manage line. So in Indianapolis, you are. Oh, my camera's doing the thing again. There's that old sticky keyboard up to its tricks again. Anyway, so in Indianapolis, you are loading up on crude oil. You are unloading fuel. In Pomona, you are loading up on crude oil as well. In Greensboro, you are unloading crude oil, loading up on fuel. And that's essentially that line. That's essentially what we're doing on that entire line. So I do think we need the train. I really do. I think we're gonna have to take a chance here. Gonna be $1 million. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. Really expensive per year. Might break us, but we have to do it. We need to. So 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna say 4 of these guys. 28 capacity. That's rough. 28 capacity. We're gonna buy it. We're gonna put it on that line, and we're gonna hope for the best. Is what we're gonna do. We're gonna hope for the best. This guy here, you should be producing now, right? You guys have anything? No? No? Really? Is this not quite working the way I hoped it would? So you're going that way. I kind of need you to not go that way, but okay. That's fair enough. Yeah, so this isn't producing. So you guys are moving. You guys should be moving stuff into Indianapolis. Consumers, shipping, transport. Interesting. Very, very interesting. This might not work. Because for some reason, this guy is not... I don't know. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. The train exists, and the train is... I mean, it's moving, but... without this thing actually producing anything, that's a problem. So oil to there. It should be getting loaded on the train. Have I set the train up correctly? Let me have a quick look. So it can move crude oil. Manage vehicle. I want to manage the line. So you manage line. In Indianapolis, you are picking up... Yeah, you are supposed to be picking up crude oil. So why is this not producing any? That's not good. That's not good. Are you guys able to move crude oil? You are. All right. So you are able to do that. This guy's just not quite realized that this is a thing, is it? Or has it? Oh no. We're losing money as well. Okay. I mean, this guy should be unloading crude oil into this station, but that's not happening either. Is it? Oh, I think I know. I think I might know the reason. Hold on. Is it because we don't have vehicles for the rest of this? So we need vehicles that can move. Right. Hold on a minute. Let me grab a single vehicle. And that is going to be crude oil to fuel. Does that cause you to start producing? Yes, it does. There we go. So now this guy is actually going to be producing because there is actually production going on. We might be able to save this. We might be able to claw things back from the jaws of death. Transport-related death. There is a distinct possibility. Looking at expenses, obviously the train losing a lot of money. The boats actually losing money as well, unfortunately. That's a shame, honestly. I was really hoping the boats wouldn't continue to lose money, but we have one of them coming down with $720,000 worth of goods. We have this one up here with $720,000 worth of foods. So in theory, we should see this pick up because we now have a completed production line. We should see a good amount of oil actually moving. Yeah. So these guys are going to start picking it up. They're going to start dropping it off. That'll start making money. And things should start recovering is what I'm thinking. Obviously, I don't know where the train's done here at the minute. So obviously the train is gonna lose a lot of money, but I'm hoping that these boats can prop us up enough until the trains start actually making money. I mean, like I said, obviously these guys have a bit of a distance to go. Hopefully that starts making money as well. I'm hoping that the only thing that'll be losing money for the foreseeable future will be the trains. And I'm thinking I might even be so bold as to go in here with this guy and do a cheeky little road like this, because this will be quicker than what they're doing right now. So essentially this goes to there. I think that'll be quicker for them. And that's kind of what we need right now. We need speed. We need so much. We really do. We really do. But the good news is we do have some oil now waiting. How much do you guys get when you drop it off? 8,000. Okay. So they should start making money, right? If I'm not mistaken, crude oil to Indianapolis. Yeah, that should start making money. Obviously, more vehicles and a higher frequency would be even better, but that's fine. Okay. Okay, right. I feel a little better about this. I'm not quite as worried as I was, so I think we might end up being okay here. The train is coming into Pomona at the minute. Obviously, still carrying nothing. That's fine, I guess. It's not very fast. It's not a very big train, but that's okay. It's the thought that counts when it comes to train sizes, I guess. It's not about the size of the train, it's about what you do with the train. And it can't carry much, but hopefully what it does carry over a considerable distance, hopefully that does good for it. I'm really hoping. I'm really hoping for a good thing here.